This is a clip from the Chris Brake Show podcast. Trying to keep it moving.
Movie talk.
Movie talk. We talk about the movies. Talk about the movies. Movie talk, yeah.
All right.
Talk.
He plays guitar.
Oh, by the way, Hermes is sitting in with us for movie talk. Sarah, what did we watch?
We watched Sleeping Beauty with Emily Browning.
Sarah picked this one. I think that says a lot about your character.
Really?
This movie was crazy.
Good. I thought it was very interesting.
It was not what I thought. I thought when you said Sleeping Beauty last week, it was going to be like the classic, Sleeping Beauty with the whatever, the fairy tales. And
Good. Then I'm glad it surprised you.
Why did you pick this
Shocking Sarah.
I actually picked this one because I saw it on my Netflix, and so I started watching it. And at first I was like, oh my God, this is a little too much. And I actually started watching it, and there was the one gentleman who was actually, he just needed that, his wife had died or something. I can't remember.
He needed to pay for a funeral.
Yeah. Was that right?
I
haven't
watched cremation.
Yeah, so sure.
Yeah,
That was in this movie? I don't remember
with that thing.
That's not it.
This movie was about someone that took a medical, like it was like they're going to participate in a medical study. Like the girl has a job, and then she takes a
Oh, that's
a
why
want
she was
ad.
doing that, because she needed the money for the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, for her friend. For her friend,
She
right?
needs money, so she takes a job, doing medical studies, and then she shows up, and they're like, all right, we want you to, be naked with these guys in the room
Well,
and stuff.
first of all, she started out like just being like, scantily clad at the dinner parties with these guys.
Yeah, that was just so weird. It was cool. It was very cool. It felt very much.
But then she gets that like aphrodisiac, and
And then
they
they
all diddle her.
Oh, right. Well, no, they don't.
No, they don't.
Her vagina's a temple. It's never touched.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no penetration. Like, it's all like some of these guys, they just like, there's one particular guy. It was the one that passed away, and he just needed like that comfort, that affection from a woman. And I thought that, I was waiting for like a redeeming, because I was kind of watching this and it was getting like debased, and I was like, oh man, I don't know. But that character actually kind of brought it back to me, and I was like, okay, like, I don't know, that one.
Yeah, I like that guy. He sat with them, and or she was all passed out on the bed, and he could have done whatever he wanted to, or all he wanted to do was lay down next to her, and like stroke her back and whatnot, and that's cool.
Hermes, what'd you think of the film?
I mean, originally I saw the trailer back in like 2011, and I was like, all right, this is kind of really weird. It's like, I don't know. It was just very interesting. It like piqued my interest for the fact that, not to sound like a pervert or anything, but it's like, oh, it's someone who like goes to sleep and people kind of sleep with her.
Well, they just touch her.
Is it weird that I kind of like the videos like that, where
it's voyeuristic. It's a human,
the girl's asleep, the sleepy sex.
You like that? Where do they put those?
I've not seen that.
Oh, you can find those.
Ew.
I think that's
You can
borderline
find
rape.
Well, I mean, obviously it's a video. I actually had a girlfriend at one time who gave me permission to do that. I never got to take advantage of it, but she actually said it was okay.
To what?
You've never and plus she did it to me. When you're like sleeping and then you wake up and you're having sex. That ever happened to you? Because that happened to me for sure.
I've never gotten that myself.
I've never had that. Hermes.
It's pretty awesome because, in the morning,
Hermes, we know you've done that.
Have you done that? Have you woken up and you were suddenly having sex?
I've done both.
Yeah, see? It's a normal thing. Hermes is my dude.
But
wait, no.
I have heard other people,
honest,
but yeah.
To be honest, it's kind of annoying. I mean, at least for me, like getting woken up, and I'm like, it's like you wake up because you're like, you just notice something while you're sleeping. Like it's like a rude awakening, and then you like for like 2 seconds you're angry, but then you're like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, I always get annoyed when the girl wakes up too.
Oh, gross. Wait.
What?
He said he's done both. So someone woke him.
Yeah. I tried. I tried to do
there's
that.
a difference between There's a
tried to
difference
do the other
between
one, but-
waking up and you're like, oh, I'm in the middle of having sex, and waking up and someone's like, hey, let's do this. So
No, I wake up and
This is in the
she's
middle.
on top of me, like, because I have the morning erection, you know, and like I wake up and she's on top of me, taking full advantage of that morning surprise.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it's something you should probably discuss beforehand and not just do to somebody. You know, it's with somebody you're with for a year.
how did this? What is this movie talk?
The movie that you suggested has a girl that
Exactly.
that happens to her. So,
That does
like,
not happen to her.
Oh yeah, that doesn't happen to her.
Oh,
They-
well,
they-
I think it did. I think there was one time where there was actual penetration with
Really?
a guy with a cigarette.
you
no,
think
no,
so?
no,
I
no.
wasn't sure. You
No.
know? I know that second guy was like kind of a
No,
jerk to her. He
she
was kind
didn't.
of like-
There was no penetration. He harmed her with the cigarette, and
Right.
she showed the madame or whatever she is, and like she like scolded that guy. I was like, there is no hurting, no penetration, blah 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 blah.
Do you remember
I
when we
don't-
were younger? We used to put cigarettes out on each other for fun. Like that was ridiculous. That was
I
ridiculous.
have scars on my arm.
It's like, oh, it doesn't hurt. Look at this. Dude, that's what happens when you grow up watching Jackass and stupid shit like that. Don't imitate this at home. It's just a dare.
They,
You know?
Okay, so movie talk.
they tell her to match the color of her of lipstick
oh
with her
yeah,
labia.
yes.
Sarah, please tell us what is a labia.
A labia is the inner. Okay, so there's the lips, and then there's like the inner lips, and that's the labia is right there. It's like your inner lips.
Okay.
Wait, why are we talking about the labia?
Because they told her, hello.
We have a situation where we aren't actually powered to this guy through. He can't hear our microphone, so I have to relay things back to him. There's a situation where the guy says, "Make the lipstick match the labia," right?
Oh yeah.
We used to play the game
Yeah.
of telephone. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
What
yeah.
do you think about that, Hermes? What was the question I was supposed to ask?
I actually,
That's fine.
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, I saw the movie like last year, and I'm just trying to like remember everything. I actually went through YouTube just to like skim the clips and stuff like that. But I think they got rid of the labia part.
Yeah, I like skimming the clit too. Now, is John the only one who watched this movie recently?
Yeah.
At the end, she puts a spy camera in the room. So if anybody out there who's listening who hasn't seen the movie, this woman takes a job where she goes under, she gets put out, goes to sleep, passed out, and then the company allows their clients to come in and lay with her in the bed, while she's passed out naked, and do whatever they want to, except for they can't penetrate the vagina.
Right.
Um,
Or the other sphincter.
or the sphincter, any type of penetration.
What about the third hole? What about the mouth?
No, there's no penetration.
Any of
God,
it.
you-
Any
you
of it.
made
Any
that
holes
point,
that
no.
you might make. If you make another hole, you can't put it
It's
in
not
there either.
about
Does
sex.
that make it? Yes, it is. Does that make it seem more respectable that there's no
I
penetration?
guess so. Well, yeah, I guess that's the whole
'Cause, I
point of
mean-
the film. What do you think about that?
You didn't watch this, did you?
No, I didn't watch this.
Oh.
Oh, you lied.
Well, no, I just
Mr.
didn't want to talk
Movie.
about it off the air.
See?
I didn't watch this. Why would I watch this? I lost all.
Because I watched
lost-
your stupid movie.
I lost all respect for your opinion on films after our last week's conversation.
Oh yeah, that was about.
Wait.
So what?
Wait,
what?
like,
What do you got, Hermes?
I was gonna say, looping back, like, because she was originally a prostitute anyway, wasn't she?
Was she?
No.
Yeah, with all those Johns and stuff,
Oh yeah, she was sleeping around a lot, but I don't
Oh,
think
she
was
wasn't a
doing it for money.
prostitute. She was just sleeping
Yeah,
around.
no, I totally think she was a prostitute because she's, like hanging out in bars and like all these rich people like would pay her money.
Yeah, there may be something to that.
No.
There
I
could
don't
be.
remember. Dang.
I don't think it was flat out said she's a prostitute, but she was definitely sleeping with a lot of random
Oh,
guys.
there was maybe that one time. I think there was one time where she took money.
Really?
I feel like it. I don't know.
Well,
These
she was
people
taking
paid her a
money.
lot of money.
Yeah, she was taking money for this medical experiment. So I mean,
So, okay,
she's
what about
obviously
the-
a whore. I don't understand. There's two ways
So-
about it.
She's not a whore
I'm not
because she's
trying-
not getting penetrated. I guess that's the whole premise of the film.
You can
It's
still
like-
be a whore even if you're just leading a guy on for money. I know that's
Yeah.
not what she was doing, but I mean, like, you can still, like that, what's that stupid, that woman who did the Anthony Weiner, Flower, or God, what was her name? The woman who,
Bill Bexley.
yeah, the girl, oh man, come on. Who's the girl who outed Anthony Weiner for the second time
Oh, I don't
and said that
remember.
he's still
I don't remember.
She's got a porno now, but I mean that woman's a whore. Whether she even met the guy, she is a.
Now I didn't pick this movie because it's my favorite or I really even like it that much. I just picked it because I thought, why?
Well, you got to make people watch a bad movie.
I think you picked this movie. You picked this movie because they give the girl a new name in the movie. They're like, we're going to call you Sarah.
Yeah, well, no. No, that is not why I picked
While
this
I was
movie.
watching this, I was like trying to get all inside your head, like, oh, God, is this Sarah? You know,
no, but you know what? That did have an effect on me because I was like, every movie that there's some like sexual, sensual woman or like witchy something, it's always they're like, oh, hey, Sarah. And I'm like, what? And like when they said Sarah, I was like, really? So, no, I picked this because I thought this movie would generate really good conversation. So, I don't know.
That's kind of why I picked Take This Waltz. All right, what do you got?
Emily Browning is, like, extremely cute, and she has really pink nipples, if that's what I could talk about. That's about it.
Hermes likes the pink nipples.
Who doesn't? Really? Maybe I would have watched this had I gotten the puffy nipple review.
The whole movie is just nudity. I thought
it
was kind of cool. It was nudity without sex. It was nudity without being turned on. It was a very fine line.
I think Sarah Polley did them.
I think I'm going to do what Hermes did and just skim the clips.
This movie was...
Well, okay, so, John, what do you think about the actual relationship with her friend? Like, what did you think about that? Her friend with, like, cancer or whatever?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember?
I didn't remember that either.
I don't remember.
You don't remember the friend that she would always... Are you serious?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Do you remember, Hermes, her friend that
it was like the weird like guy with the cereal and like vodka and like, it was, like,
yes,
super
he would. Yes,
Did he have the freshest cereal?
He had
he
cancer? I don't think so.
He would eat a cereal with vodka.
Yeah, no, I wrote that in my notes. She poured him cereal and vodka. I was like, ew.
Yeah.
So okay, that's her like friend, and yeah, she would come to like lay down with him at the end of the day, and like they would. But what happened with that?
I feel like that was the only connection she actually had with somebody. I think that's what they were trying to show in the movie.
They watched nature shows on TV.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He died, right?
Did?
Yeah, he did.
How did he die?
I think he died in her arms or something, right?
I don't remember.
Who cares? Nobody liked it enough to even remember anything about it.
I hate you all.
Well, one last thing.
John takes notes.
Because I did watch this movie. What she puts a spy camera in the at the end. You know, she goes to sleep, so she has no idea what these guys are doing to her. But on the last time, she puts a spy camera in the room to find out what happened, and then they show you like. Then she wakes up and the old guy is dead next to her, and you're like, "Oh, how did he die?" I hope they show the spy camera footage, and they do, but they don't show you the part where how the guy died.
He died because he had finally he had nothing else to live for. No, because he was.
That was my question.
God.
I was like, why did the guy die?
He had nothing else. Like he was done. Like he was like, this is the end of my life.
He's tasted the sweetest thing life has to offer, so he's got nothing else to eat.
Why did she almost die? Because they had to revive her, like give her mouth to mouth, because she almost died.
I thought they weren't allowed to do that.
Was it? Well, no, it was the madame or whatever. Yeah,
Madame, this is totally a whorehouse. Like,
no, it's not.
No, it is. It's a whorehouse minus the.
It's a whorehouse minus the penetration.
Ejaculation, like
like a strip club.
And the one guy, he's like, you don't got to worry about me putting anything in anybody because I can't use my penis unless I've had like 9 Viagras or something.
It was that guy.
It's like a sleepy time strip club. I'd pay for that. I know.
Yeah.
I know those exist.
It's just a strip club with like sleepovers, pretty much, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Comatose.
Gross.
I wonder how much they're charging.
I took some notes.
What do you think happened to her? Like, why did she almost die and he did die? Was it an overdose of the tea?
Yeah, because the tea, like, every time she took that tea, it had worse and worse effects. So that's why that one time she almost died and they had to revive her. So the madame gave the guy at the end like a lethal dose.
Too, right?
Yeah, she
did
gave him
that on purpose to kill him.
Yeah, he wanted that.
He wanted that.
Yes.
Wow.
Did you listen to this on mute?
No, I may have missed all that dialogue.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I listened. Oh, my brother was coming in and out of the room while I was watching this movie, so it's kind of like making a nervous face over here. Like,
did he stop and watch it?
He did. He stopped and he just stared at it. And then after like about 3 minutes of there was this people walking around with breasts all over it and stuff. Not something you'd expose. Like a younger mind too. He said, "I'm tired," and he left the room.
Yeah, he was ready to go have some sleepy time of himself.
I don't know what he thought about that, but
all right, so we have I got some notes here from last week's movie talk.
This movie had Julia Lee was the director, and it starred Emily Browning, Rachel Blake, and Ewan Leslie. All right, take it away, Chris.
Last week we reviewed a movie called Take This Waltz, and I have to edit these podcasts, so I listened to them over and over again. And I know that when we first did Take This Waltz, I had a really like Sarah really offended me the way just how horribly she was ripping into this film, and I didn't understand why I was so mad and bothered and bummed out by her just like hating this film. But the more I listened to it, I realized exactly what it was. She kept saying that this film was stupid, horrible, like real negative. Like she really hated this film. And Sarah, you kept going on and on like, this is just the worst thing I've ever seen.
Really? Oh, well, maybe
you were ripping into. Oh yeah, no, you said it was stupid and horrible, and just the whole time I was watching it, just dripped of crisp break. What the fuck does that mean?
Oh my god!
What do you think? What do you think about me?
No. Okay.
Like what the fuck is that?
Why is it a bad thing to be dripping of crisp break?
You are very teenage
angsty. Oh, that was.
You mean I like teenage angsty movies, or I act teenage angsty?
No, that's what you like. I feel like that's really what you crave. You crave those kind of really like
real
tense,
human emotions.
Well, but you always get these movies where someone is caught in the middle.
Okay.
And it's this angsty thing, like, oh, should I go for this guy or should I go? I don't like to feel like that. And
but
you
couldn't you say that the Sleeping Beauty girl was caught in the middle between top and bottom?
Top and bottom.
Yeah, like success and failure. Like, just being poor and not having any money and being desperate to try and be, successful and make money.
Yes, but she was alone in it.
Well, so was Sarah Polley.
Not
Sarah Polley, Michelle Williams. So was Michelle Williams. She was completely alone.
She had two people, involved in it.
She didn't have anybody. She was all by herself.
She even said she was in the middle. That's what she didn't like.
Did she say that?
Maybe I'm like her. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's another thing. Do you think that you hated that movie last week so badly because it resonates within your own fears of being in between stuff?
What?
You don't think so?
No, I think it's funny that then you proceeded to bash the entire country of Canada on behalf of the United States. You said Canadians do not mesh well with Americans. Whoa.
What's that beep beep?
Oh man, we got a special.
We have a three-way call.
Hermes, I got to put you on hold real quick. All right, we have hello there.
Hello.
You're on the Chris Break Show podcast.
Thank you.
Is this Dr. Robert?
This is Dr. Robert.
Oh man,
who is this? Dr. Robert? What?
Right.
Wait, what?
I asked Dr. Robert to call in. Because
hello,
Dr.
Robert. Hi, Dr. Robert.
I asked Dr. Robert to call in because last week we discussed John Rapp snipping off Sarah's hair, and nobody seems to remember that except for Dr. Robert. John barely remembers it.
I remember it very clearly.
Robert was the only person who actually witnessed I never saw it. Sarah didn't see it, even though it was her hair. John doesn't remember it.
I'm really glad I'm not in front of Sarah while I tell this story.
Why?
Why?
Well, you might get mad.
Do I scare you, Robert?
The way I remember it was there was some kind of heated argument between you and Chris, and
from the Chris Break Show podcast.